Before the general public got their hands on Hearthstone, cards went through vigorous testing, changes, and balancing. Most of them made it into player hands a few months later. However, some were so broken, overpowered, or just so damn weird that they were either removed from the game or replaced with new cards entirely. These are the cards that didn't make the cut. Being an entirely digital card game, Hearthstone has a lot of potential to do things that traditional tabletop card games would struggle to replicate. This has resulted in things like random minion summoning, or dramatic mid-game card value changes. However, those aren't the only concepts the devs have implemented. One of the strangest cards to make it into testing was the Auto Pecker 4000. This minion would deal 1 damage to any player who would mouse over it. Just as strange was the World Flipper X50. Playing this card would cause your opponent's screen to turn upside down. A card designed to take advantage of the online ladder was the Devouring Ooze. For every consecutive game the player lost, this minion would gain 1 health and 1 attack. It's nice to encourage players to keep playing after a losing streak, but this was too open to being manipulated to work in practice. The Rogue's Adrenaline Rush was a 1-mana spell that could be used in combo to draw 2 cards. This was later replaced by a more balanced Shiv. Mages also had their own version of Shiv called Arcane Blast. It had the same effects as Shiv, but only cost 1 mana. Luckily, it doesn't look like it will be making a reappearance as the Grand Tournament has brought out a new spell with the same name. Another terrifying rogue card was Envenom. This spell would double your weapon's attack. Combined with the old version of the rogue's hero power, that would stack damage on your equipped weapon. This could create a one-hit kill deck that would be incredibly hard to play against. Prior to settling on the coin spell and an extra card for your hand, there was a time when you would get a minion called the Avatar of the Coin. This Wisp-like card appears to have been either an alternative or an additional measure, but it never made it into the finished game and was dropped early in development. An even tougher card to balance was the Mana Spring Totem. It started out as a 2-mana, 0/1, and would cause all of your cards to cost 1 less mana. Although that doesn't sound like the most powerful card in the game, there was a potential combo involving 2 Mana Spring Totems, a Knife Juggler, and 2 Brewmasters that could deal infinite damage within a single turn. The Warrior's Death Wish would take away all of your armor and give you 1 attack for each armor lost. It was dropped in favor of Shield Slam, which would do the same thing but without removing your armor, and all for 1 less mana. Which of these cards would you have loved to see make it into the final game? And do you have any ideas for crazy cards to rival the Auto Pecker or the World Flipper? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to check out hearthstone.gamepedia.com to see what other cards didn't make the cut. Until next time, enjoy the game.